My RDR 100 journey started with a lot of weather forecast watching as an epic storm moved through on Friday evening, continuing into Saturday. Originally, I had planned to start my run on Saturday morning, but we decided it was prudent to postpone till 2 a.m. on Sunday to capitalize on the best weather possible. My mom joined me for my adventure, and as we drove out to Yahatinda, we decided to stop in Sundre for what I was told were the most epic cinnamon buns ever. I can confirm that these were very good cinnamon buns. With our carb loading complete, we went to bed at an early time of 9 a.m. so that we could get going, or at least I could get going, at 2 a.m. the next morning, fueling up with my second cinnamon bun. Good morning. I'm just checking in. We are 1 hour into the run today. It is right around 3 a.m. Man, I shouldn't do this with one hand, hey? There we go. We are running from Yahatinda to Lake Louise and back. So I'm just on my way to the northeast kind of border of Banff National Park. And I'm gonna run hopefully through Skokie if the water crossings allow me, all the way to Lake Louise, then turn around and bring it back. We had a crazy storm Friday, Saturday, but today is pretty good. I don't know if you can see there is some precipitation falling, but it is quite warm, and I've had 2 stream crossings so far. They were flowing clear and not too fast, so I'm cautiously optimistic, and I will check in again in another hour, hopefully when the sun is starting to think about coming up. Okay, we are 2 hours into today's run, just coming up on 4 a.m. And if we look, can you see that? That is the moon. Oh yeah, check that out. So beautiful. So that is Warden Rock, also known as Barrier Mountain. Yeah. So I am in Banff National Park, and it is just perfect conditions. Not muddy, just firm enough that I'm really enjoying myself, and I'll check in another hour. We are 3 hours in, coming up on 5 o'clock. The views are just ridiculous, kind of coming in and out of these clouds. Wow, check that out. Very snowy mountain. Beautiful. All right, let's keep it going. The sun should come out soon, hopefully. Oh. Okay, I just went off route, but I'm back. So let's go the right way this time. We're going to Lake Louise, 40 kilometers away, according to that sign. All right, I'm gonna call this not runnable. That's okay. Adventure time. All right, I am late for my 4-hour, 6 a.m. check-in. Let me show you the view. Been going slower than I would have liked. Lost the trail a couple times. It's been overgrown in places, so it hasn't been runnable. But it's okay. I'm in good spirits. Generally in good shape. All of the deadfall has been cleared. I'll see you again at 7. All right, we are 5 hours in, coming up on 7 a.m. It's been just a beautiful trail. The last section has been quite runnable, so that's pretty awesome. Almost at 40 kilometers in now. So yeah, and we're coming up to the section of trail I've never seen before. So I'm excited for something new. All right, see you in an hour. 6 hours in, coming up on 8 a.m. It's turning into a beautiful day. That last section of the trail was really rough, very wet, very not runnable, but it's looking better now. There are a ton of grizzly diggings, a very, very big poop. I've seen some footprints. Yeah, so I'm definitely following a big bear, making lots of noise, and hopefully it's okay. There we go. There's a lot of bear prints right there. Check out the size of those claws. Yeah. Hey, buddy. Maybe a family, not sure. All right, I think I just crossed the Drummond outflow, which was a concern, but no concern warranted. It was very, very easy crossing. All right, 7 hours in, it's 9 a.m. As you can see, we've made it up to Snowline, which has me a bit concerned about my ability to do Packers Pass. Might just do Boulder. We will see. So far, so good. All right. Full disclosure, I'm moving much slower than I would like to be. So I'm going to take all the shortcuts to get to Lake Louise and back, which will still put me up, around 100 and probably 140K, which is plenty. Yeah, I just don't want to be out that far past midnight. We'll see. I might be out past midnight anyways. But it is a beautiful day. Just a bit slow with all the water and snow and stuff. And maybe just me. Maybe I'm slow. Happy to be out here. Well, made it to Skokie Lodge. Slow, but still moving. We are going to continue on to Deception Pass. Wow. Maybe not your typical summer views, but it sure is pretty. Oof. All right. Oof. I am. Whoa. Okay. Hard to film and do this. I am very happy. The trail is mostly. Okay, I gotta put the phone away. Mostly broken in for me. Holy Hannah. That is beautiful. Wow.
After I ascended Deception Pass, I stopped recording for a significant period of time. I was in a really, really low spot. I think I pushed a bit too hard going up the pass, especially post-holing in that deep snow. And then when I came over the other side of the pass, the snow was really slushy and slippery, and I found myself falling a lot. This was super frustrating, and it was hard for me not to get in my own head because I knew that I would have to come back up past Ptarmigan Lake and over to Baker Lake, which looked really, really snowy at the time. Mentally, I couldn't handle traveling back into the snow for a second time. And the thought of that was heartbreaking. I considered quitting. I actually was crying as I descended the pass when I ran into some friends who had come up from the Lake Louise side, hoping to see me. And they kind of looked at me confused, I think not really understanding why I was crying and why I was so upset. And seeing their confused looks actually kind of helped bring everything into perspective. I realized that I wasn't dying. There was nothing wrong with me. I was just really, really tired. Also, at this point, I ran into some other friends who had come up and they actually made me some hot tea. They'd brought some cookies up for me, which I didn't eat because I was already eating tons of Oreos and I was kind of overdosing on sweet stuff. But sitting there on the rocks at Boulder Pass, drinking that tea, I gained a little bit of perspective. And it was really wonderful speaking with Franz and his daughter and just taking some time to reset my mindset to understand that I could still keep going forward. From there, I descended all the way down to the parking lot at the Lake Louise Ski Resort, where I met up with my friend Svenja. And on that descent, I noticed that I had quite a lot of pain in my feet and ankle area. And I wasn't really sure what was going on, but I was barely able to summon a trot on the way down that section, which should have been a very fast section. And when I got down to where I met with Svenja, I realized that my feet and ankles had swollen up to the point where they were spilling out over the tops of my shoes. Thankfully, I had left a second pair of shoes with Svenja, so I was able to change out of those shoes and into a different pair of shoes, which were much looser. But you'll see in this photo here that the shoes did cause quite a bit of damage. And even as I'm recording this, a couple of weeks later, I still have soreness in my feet from the swelling that happened in those shoes. So that is a very interesting situation. I am very happy that I had Svenja there with a second pair of shoes, or I definitely would have had to bail. I wouldn't have been able to return back to Yahatinda in those shoes. I had a nice mental reset in the parking lot with Svenja. I didn't do any more crying. I ate some food, and then I headed back up towards Boulder Pass, which is where we will continue our story.
How many times have you seen a marmot on this rock? I feel like he just kind of lives there. Hey, buddy. Boulder Pass, the high point of my return trip. I was determined to quit 20 kilometers ago, but look, here I am. Let's get it done. Only 62 kilometers left. Whew. All right. Check it out. It's like a beach. First time visiting Baker Lake. Wow. What a beautiful evening. I've just under a marathon left, which sounds great until I think about how long it's going to take me. But yeah, trying to stay in the moment. I am exhausted. One foot in front of the other. Okay, so it is 4:40 in the morning and I am done. I'm just walking down to the tent. I'm in so much pain. I am so cold. That was really, really freaking hard. Like way harder than I anticipated. I've done a lot of hundreds, but it's a different beast when you're self-organizing. So, lesson learned. I don't regret it. Probably will not be doing it again though. That was something.